on the floors. And my receptionist paged me and she said, hey, Dr. So-and-so is down here. And he's just storming back and forth. And he wants you to see this patient with a form. Would you come down? And I said, sure, I'll be right down. And so what's the deal? The guy's sitting on the table. And he was probably maybe 50-year-old male. So what's the problem? He said, yesterday I fell off my tractor and the back wheel went over my pelvis. And I thought, woo. And has it been filmed? Yep. No fractures, everything's fine, but just unbelievable back pain. So I'm thinking, you know, I gotta check this. So I said, I want you to lie on your back. Hurts too much to lie on my back. Can you lie on your stomach? Nope. Hurts too much to lie on my stomach. So I'm sitting behind there and thinking, well, at least I'll put my hands on there as I'm trying to figure out what the heck is going on here. And I'm thinking, what the heck do I do with him? You know? And I had my fingers on the crest, and my thumbs now I know is more like the middle transverse axis. And I'm thinking, what the heck am I going to do with this guy? You know. And then I got the sense I wanted to put a little medial compression with both hands on the crest. And as soon as I did, man, they started rotating like everything. One hand was going up and down, the other was going up and down. They were going forward, back, and all of a sudden stopped, and the guy says, I feel a lot better. Okay. But so I think you can treat pubes that way. And I think other times when I'm treating sacral, because usually muscle energy, you always say treat the pubes before you treat any sacral dysfunctions or anomalous dysfunctions. But I think many times when you find, I've done it where you find a sacral dysfunction, check and find the pubes, and when you sit them up to do a functional technique and fiddle and diddle and fine tune, I think you're balancing up the pelvis enough. Lots of times with functional, you'll get the pubes dysfunction without directly treating it. Okay. So sometimes I do it just sitting up and putting compression in that way. Or other times I'll say, this patient, let's see what happens if I just treat them functionally and see if I get the sacrum and the pubes at the same time, get a twofer. And lots of times you do. Okay. But and see why pubes are so important. A little bit, see if you got a transverse axis, there's just small amounts of change in that pubes. But that is from that pubes here back to the sacrum, that is a long lever arm. Okay? And so a little bit of change in the pubes can raise havoc posteriorly and affect the sacroiliac joints. So that's why it's important with muscle energy to make sure you got the pubes working right before you try to do any sacral techniques. Okay? So a little bit of pubes dysfunction can raise havoc. And so one of the common symptoms, like I said, is urinary frequency. Because that bladder's right in behind there. Huh?
A lot of postpartum.
And you get a lot of postpartum symptomatology too. Yep.
As you need to do up shears, down shears, and you want to do a swish test? Up shears,
Um,
down shears, swish test?
Yeah.